Ho, 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 ho.
The It's a Knockout competition was organised mainly by John Spearman, who was treasurer at the time, and Tony Vale and myself as chairman, to raise funds in order to purchase a playing field.
Scarier.
It was terrific fun, and the three of us were the ones who involved making up the games, inventing them. One game in particular was very funny, which is when we were throwing polythene bags filled with water at each other, or climbing onto a pole suspended across two bales of straw, and then they were trying to knock off each with a pillowcase stuffed with straw.
Robert, what do you like about the village?
Well, it's nice and peaceful, and we have loads of friends to play with. At the playground, we can play with Paige. You feel quite safe, and it's nice when you're around. We've got a nice playground to play on when we're bored, and we can play with our friends. I like the swings best, and I like coming to youth club.
I entered the beauty pageant in 1973, and I was lucky enough to win. And my duties at that time was just opening the garden fetes and that sort of thing, you know, for Creeting, one at Creeting St Mary, and did one at Ipswich Way.
In 1937, that was the coronation year of Queen Mother and her husband. We had a big do down at Mr Forrest's in Clamp Farm, and we went in the fancy dresses. And Mrs Pizzy, that used to keep the shop, the stores, her and I went as the King and Queen. We got first prize.
I can remember the coronation. The village all dressed up in fancy dress, and we met at the pump, and we all walked from the village up to Mr Rinch's in fancy dress. I was called off the ration because the sweets had just come off the ration, and I'd had a dress, and my mum had sewed bars of chocolates and sweets all over it, and I remember I won the children's first prize with that.
I went in there once or twice in her old house, and I was piled up with all these old antique stuff, brasses and bits and
She's probably worth a lot of money.
Pictures. Oh, she was worth a lot of money.
Yeah, but she had 2 dogs.
I bet she's ever so dirty when she. I mean, when she did chuck fireworks, them little demons through the letterbox.
Ho, 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 ho.
Well, we used to look forward to Christmas quite some bit when we was going to school, and we used to look forward to our socks being hung up on the bottom of the bed, and there was an orange and an apple and a few monkey nuts in. That's all we had for Christmas.
There was a Mr Hawkins used to give film shows in the village hall. We used to pay 6pence. We used to have Mickey Mouse and Pluto and all things like that. And he used to get a newsreel as well.
How did Christmas get his name?
Christmas Holden, he was born on Christmas Day. That's how he come by his name. Yeah.
How did he deliver the milk?
I used to go round with it when I was old enough. My brothers used to do it before me. Used to take a can with a pint ladle in and a half-pint ladle in, and used to knock on everybody's door, you know, ask them how much milk they wanted. That rocket is what I took out of a German's wallet after he got killed. That could be a doodlebug, I don't know.
So we used to have what they call a doodlebugs. Yeah, I used to make a row just like a motorbug, didn't I? Yeah. And you used to say to yourself, as long as that keep making a noise, we was all right. Because as soon as that stopped making noise, you knew, say, the next about it was going to come down. Yeah, but my Berman got shot, didn't he?
Yeah. And they're behind one.
Yeah, he got a head in a rabbit's locker.
That's right.
And then that went down along there and shot people thrashing on a stack.
As a bomber, wasn't it? Because that come round
Well,
and...
yeah, come right up the main road, didn't it?
I dropped the
Straight up
bombers
road.
at Wysham Aerodrome, didn't it? And they swung round, and you could see, we stood there, saw the pilot actually sitting inside, didn't we?
He comes so
And he
loud.
machine gunned all the people along the front was standing out watching them. As an old Mr. Berman, he got shot right in the bum.
He dived in the ditch and that caught his bum,
That's
didn't
right,
it?
yeah. He's the only one who actually injured, but my dad was a big lad. He must have weighed 20 stone or something. I never seen him move so quick in all my life as he did that day.
Yeah. And we also all had gas masks, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, we had gas masks, yeah.
We all had to have these gas masks. Remember, Brother Peter, he was the youngest, he was only a baby, and he had this big, like a big container, and he had to go he had to go right in it.
How did the village celebrate the end of the war?
I don't know, because we didn't know when the war finished. We was in such a predicament, they never did tell us when the war was finished. And my mate come up to me one day, he said, I don't know, he say, things are quietening down, aren't they? He say, I believe the war's over. And apparently we found out that that'd been finished a month before, and they never did tell us. We had one radio, we didn't have a newspaper. What we used to get the news from was the radio. That was a Philco radio, and that was managed with a battery and an accumulator. And the accumulator had to be charged up every week, and we only had one accumulator, so we had the wireless one week, and next week we had to go without until we got the accumulator back.
I used to go to Starpel and Crown. After that, I come into the army, you see, and I got talked to Flack. I said, making these crisps now with German types. I said, if they're German, my dog will need them. And they laughed at me. So I got a pack of crisps and put on the floor, and the dog wouldn't even look at them. After about 10 minutes, I said, no, they're English. And the dog rushed down and cleared them all up.
My father-in-law's name was Jimmy Martin, and he was a dealer, go around different villages with a pony and trap. And he would go off and get a bit too much to drink sometimes, and the pony would come back of its own accord. And then in the latter years, he would stand outside his cottage, and anyone that went past, he greeted them with oi oi, oi oi, so people always called him Mr. Oi Oi instead of Mr. Martin. He would sit in front of a mirror and get the pliers and take his own teeth out.
Well, my mum used to have about 4 or 5 water butts outside, and she'd fill them up, and they had a wash house at Jubilee Cottage, and she used to boil the water up in the copper once a week, and she'd have the baths outside with blue in them, and she'd boil the washing, and then she'd put it in get it out and put it in these baths of blue to keep it white. It's blue. It's all done outside.
We was applying in the village pump one day, and Need come round with he had a little horse and a cart bringing new bread round, and there was a big stone on that corner, and this pony went round the corner too quick and tipped the whole cart over, and all the bread shot down the road. And he righted his cart and put the bread in, and away he went.
Oh yeah, well, it's a village pump. It used to be the meeting place of nearly everybody. There used to be one chap, his name was Peg. He lived about a mile away from the pump, and he's bad on his legs, so he had a walking stick, and he always used to come up there about on a Fridays, I think it was, and he used to have a little cart he made for himself with a galvanised bark on, and he used to trundle up there, fill it up, and put a sack over the top and a piece of wood on top of that, and then he'd trundle off back again.
Mrs. Twiddle, we was always tormenting her. She was a funny old gal, really. She couldn't bear nobody to walk by her gate. And she used to stand there with the pot in her hand, and if anybody touched her gate, why the pot used to come all over the road and over you if you weren't, you know, quick enough to get out of the way.
Yeah, well, do you remember when, that's when Uncle Chris was there, he had a new car?
Well, a green one.
That green and black one, that's a saloon. He's the only one in Creeting had a car in them days,
got any money?
Well, yeah, I don't know where he got it from, but anyway, that was parked in front of, near Tweedle's cottage, because his farm was right close by. And of course, we were cheating the kids, you see, and then she come out the window with her pot, whoosh, like that. Of course, we ducked, and that all went over Chris's car. And the language he come out with, oh, Tweedle.
Why that? What go up and don't come down, and what comes down and don't go up?
Does anyone